Hello everyone and welcome back to Full Invasion. This is Middle-earth versus Mordor. And seeing this right now just makes me wish I was Talion and I could just go down here and brand all of these orcs. But I can't, unfortunately. In fact, I'm not even alive, as you can see. And what's that? I don't think I've seen that character model before. Can we get another one of those? There you are. Who are you? No. No. A heavy black Numenorian. Numenorian, yes. So as you can see, the defenders have been pushed already to the almost to the second level. Probably a good idea. Sauron has a watermelon on a stick, because, you know, why not? This is Full Invasion after all. And my goodness, Shadow of Mordor is such a good game. It's really just taken over my life. I've been wanting to try and get as much of it out, which is why I have not got a lot of my other series uploaded in the past couple days, but I set a little time aside here to record a Full Invasion video. And also, in case you're wondering about a single-player Mountain Blade game with another mod, you know, like Parisno, is that one? And Fantasy Korra and all that. If you're wondering when that series will start, it's not going to start until at least after Shadow of Mordor is done. I'm trying not to add any new series while I'm playing that game, although I did play a little bit of the Dungeon of the Endless, which I think is a really cool game, and so I may have a couple episodes of that up during the Shadow of Mordor series run, as well as Endless Legend, but you already probably know that. But as far as any other new series, I'm going to try and hold off until Shadow of Mordor is done. Because it's such a cool game. Dang it, it's such a cool game. I do wish that there was a difficulty setting to make it harder, though. Because, you know, later in the game, you really kind of have to create a situation for you to die. You have to create it so that you will, like, walk into a stronghold and you do not kill any of the orcs that are trying to get to a, what do they call them? Signal fire, I think is what they call them. And, you know, put the stronghold on high alert, and then you also have to run into a couple captains for it to be really hard at the end of the game. So I do wish there was some kind of difficulty setting so I could play again at a harder difficulty. So that would really force me to, you know, fully use everything, all my abilities. Because right now, what you could do is you can just kind of brand a lot of orcs, and you can brand orcs in combat, or urks, sorry, and, you know, you can kind of just let them fight it out, which is cool. I really enjoy it. I just wish it was a little bit harder. A little bit harder. Is that another Saruman, but with a katana? Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Alright, so there are still 5 agents here. Somewhere. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So they're not stuck somewhere else. Apparently there were still defenders here on the first wall. So right now, for other series that I'm thinking of, is Wasteland 2, and maybe a Stronghold Crusader 2. The problem is, you know, Stronghold Crusader 2 is more expensive than Wasteland 2, 1, and 2, it's apparently not even as good as the first Stronghold Crusader, which came out, gosh, 12 years ago? Or so? Like, they have actually taken things out of Stronghold Crusader 2. So, I don't know. It still looks like a basic, kind of maybe fun castle builder, you know, with your economy backing it. But, like, the economy is really simple. So, it's not really that in-depth. I don't know. So, I don't know about Stronghold. Like, I really want to play it, but I feel like I'd just be wasting my money. So, I'm thinking Wasteland 2, maybe, after Shadow of Mordor is done. Unless some other game pops up. And then at the end of the month, is going to be what's that game called? Beyond Earth, Civilization, or Sid Meier's Beyond Earth. And I'm hoping that's really fun too. I've seen some gameplay of it, and I'm really excited to see that basically it's the barbarian factions from like Civ 5, but now they're aliens. The thing is though, they're actually a threat throughout the entire game, or so that's what people are saying. Unlike the barbarians in Civilization 5, which even cranked on max difficulty for the barbarians on Civ 5, they were still kind of maybe a problem in the beginning of the game, but they eventually just were nothing. But unlike that, apparently these aliens are pretty tough throughout the game. They build these nests that they spawn from, and that sounds cool. And I like sci-fi stuff, so I'm hoping I get into Beyond Earth a lot more than I did with Civ 5, because I honestly didn't... Civ 5 was a good game, but I just couldn't really get that into it. But it was a good game. I recognize that. I never played any of the expansions, so I'm sure it got only better from there. I'm hoping that Beyond Earth is my, like, Civ 5, you know? Because a lot of people really got into Civ 5, and for good reasons. It's, like I said, it's a well done, made game. It's just not one I could get into. But you talk about sci-fi, future stuff, you talk about Space Marines. Now you're speaking my language. So I'm really hoping to get into that. And I think that drops October 30th? I want to say. So it's still, you know, like 4 weeks away almost. But that's the only other game I can think of. Oh, and then Dragon Age Inquisition, of course, is another game in the future. That looks really cool. I like this character model. And I hope that maybe some other small games, or maybe big games that I don't even really know of yet, will come along between now and Beyond Earth. But so far the only thing I can think of is a Wasteland 2. And hopefully that takes some time. I'm hoping it's a great game. I hope. I kind of like the dystopian future, the, you know, Fallout type of future. I enjoyed like Fallout Tactics way back in the day. Oddly enough though, I didn't enjoy Fallout 3 at all. But I did enjoy Fallout Tactics. I don't think it's necessarily the world that got me about Fallout 3, I just didn't enjoy the gameplay for whatever reason. But I am hoping to enjoy Wasteland 2. Also, what I was looking at, I haven't gone fully into this yet, but there's a game that was recently released. It's been in early access for a long time, but Starpoint Gemini 2. The last space game I played was X Rebirth. Right, that's what that game was called. The latest X game that came out late last year, and I made a video telling people how I didn't like that game. I thought it was utter garbage. So that was the last space game I played, and it was terrible. The game before that I played was X3, which is a great game, especially with mods. But you know, ever since that game hit, I've been kind of wary of space games. Although there's also Elite Dangerous that I need to get into, and then oh geez, what's the big one? Star Citizen also, I'm looking forward to. But for right now, Starpoint Gemini 2 looks like it could be cool. If any of you play that, if you could leave a comment down below saying if, like, a yay or nay. Because I don't know, I'm weird about space games, especially games where you just control one ship. You're just like a pilot. I rarely get into those types of games, but sometimes I really get into those, like in X3. But of course in X3, you can do so much stuff. You can create your own empire if you wanted to. So that was what really drew me in on that one. Which is probably why I enjoy Shadow of Mordor so much, because I'm creating my own army out of specialized Uruks. Oh, that's a great name. I just noticed who we're following here. Excellent. It's a classy individual. Alright, so now Sauron has just a giant guts sword. Actually, no, that's not a guts sword. I'm sorry. That's an insult to guts sword. Like, this is only... If we're talking about, like, width, this is probably only, like, 1/3 the size of a guts sword. Like, maybe this is the same width... Not, you know what? It's probably not even the same width as Guts' sword when he was a kid. If you're wondering who Guts is, it's an anime character from the show Berserk. And he has this giant sword. I'm just a badass warrior. So yeah, Starpoint Gemini 2. That looks also like it could be interesting. And then delving fully into Dungeon of the Endless too, as well. Because that game seems pretty cool from what little I've played of it so far. Because there's multiple heroes you can get, and they all have their own abilities that you get through leveling them up, and it seems really neat. I enjoy roguelikes, I enjoy tower defense games, I enjoy RPGs, and that mixes a lot of those things together. Kind of, you know, a little base building in there. Resource management. It's a cool game. And it's still in early access, so there's only going to be more added to it. Oh yeah, and Defense Grid. Jeez, I still need to finish Defense Grid too. And Rome. Oh my goodness, Rome. I don't know, my Roma series I'm starting to not really enjoy that much. Maybe I've played too much Rome, I don't know. We'll see if I can finish that Antony's campaign. The problem is, like, I'm enjoying Endless Legend just so much more than Rome. But again, that could be because I've been playing Rome straight for almost a year now. That could be. I'm the kind of player who usually only plays a game for a week or two, and then I stop playing it and move on to something else. But that changed when I started the YouTube channel because, well, I need to have series go on for more than 2 weeks, especially Full Invasion and games like Rome. So it's a shock that I've been able to play some of these games for as long as I have, because, like I said, before YouTube, I play the heck out of a game for a couple weeks, and then I'm just like, well, that was fun, and just move on. Go back to, like, what used to be my old staples, like League of Legends. League of Legends would be the game that I play, like, all the time, and then I would take a break from League of Legends and play, you know, like Mass Effect 3, play that for a week or so, and then go back to League of Legends for a couple months, and then go back and play some other game for a couple weeks. But I don't do that anymore, obviously. "44 people are still left?" I see. Who the heck are they chasing? What? Is there like a person on this rooftop? What are... What are they doing? What are you doing? That's weird. Ouch. Run, elf man. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'll just follow this perspective here. This is great. Oh, and in case you don't know, and if you follow this show, Legend of Korra, the Season 4 Episode 1 is now out on Nickelodeon's channel. If you watch Legend of Korra, I was just watching that. It's a pretty good series, and Episode 1 gets my approval for Book 4. Thought it was a pretty good episode. I don't really want to go too deep into specifics, because if you haven't even seen Legend of Korra, then, you know, since this is the 4th season, saying anything is going to be a heavy spoiler, but it was good. Oh, you know what? Another game I'm kind of looking forward to is the new... of course I forget the name when I'm about to talk about it. EverQuest. The new EverQuest looks pretty unique. I did not enjoy EverQuest 2. I did not really enjoy EverQuest 1. But this looks to be really different, and they're saying that their AI is really awesome. Well, okay, let me rephrase. Their AI, which I think is awesome, which is why I'm using that word, has their own lives that they're living, has their own goals that they're trying to achieve, and there's all these factions in the game that are fighting against each other, and you can assist a particular faction to have them take over more land, and they have all that destructible terrain and buildings, and that looks really cool. Potentially cool. It's probably the only MMO coming out soon-ish that I'm really looking forward to. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, are there any other MMOs that I even know of coming out? None that really come to mind. So maybe I should say it's the first MMO in a while that I've really looked forward to. Because like Arcade came out, but I don't know. It's unique. It has that whole, you know, build your city mechanic. I don't know. The problem is there seems to be a lot of grinding for that game, as I guess a lot of MMOs are, but just something isn't drawing me into it. But for the new EverQuest, that seems kind of unique, and as well, it could potentially be pretty fun. I've been playing the Landmark, I think is what that's called, the game that's kind of spawned off of EverQuest during development, the one where you claim a plot of land and build whatever you want in there. And that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like a EverQuest Minecraft edition. You know, I think this is going to be the first episode that I'm not actually going to be playing in. But that's okay, because I was able to just talk about future plans. Who are these guys? Ah, yes, the Witch King, of course. Let's just follow him. Ooh! You got Yahtzeed. No, Sauron! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sauron has been betrayed. Goodbye, Sauron. Run! One does not simply outrun their Witch King. Okay. Going back to those classics. One does not simply. Oh man. Oh, they actually got the Witch King. Oh, great. Well, he'll run out of arrows eventually. Ay, ay, ay. How is that fun? I just don't understand. It's like cheating in a single player game. Like, what's the point of playing the game if you're just gonna cheat through it? I just don't get it. And it's very possible they could have lost this too. If this guy with the... I can see why he has 400 kills if this is what he's doing. Well, that's going to do it, everybody. So thanks for watching this full invasion video that I was not a part of. The very first one. Which is something, because I've played this game probably like 500 to 1,000 episodes. I've lost track in the year that I've been doing this. But hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Take care.